All right. Hey, everybody. Brad here with the Big Family Homestead. Welcome to Monday. I hope you're having an amazing and blessed day so far, whenever, wherever you're watching this video. Got to be honest, folks. Wish I was not making this video. However, this is one of those things where you got to do the heads up, pay attention, a lot of data points. And when you have a lot of data points, usually it's, when you see the smoke and the fire, they go hand in hand, smell the smoke, see the fire, right? Oh, hold on. There's something distracting me here. Let's do this. Stop the bling. There's enough bling. Folks, here's the deal. I have been seeing a lot of different articles, a lot of different places about a big, huge topic that, frankly, will affect absolutely everyone. And the uber elites, the folks, the WEF, the World Economic Forum, yes, that's right, Klaus Schwab and his buddies, the ones who brought you, hey, you will own nothing and be happy. That crowd, well, they want to control water now as a means of crisis to make you have one world governance. Stop. Do not click away, because this is not crazy talk. I'm going to show you a video from the horse's mouth, actually, the WEF's mouth, so, however you want to look at that. Their own videos that happened not too terribly long ago, only a few months ago, at Davos. That's right. And they are talking about how sad it is that they couldn't use the COVID crisis to control everybody, and how sad that it is that you're not smart enough to really understand the climate thing. And, well, it's so sad that they couldn't figure out a way to use the climate thing to control you. So guess what? Water is going to be the great unifier so that you and me, us stupid people, will finally get on board and see that one world governance is the way to go. And keep in mind, not that it will actually, you'll still have borders on your map, but they just won't mean anything because everything will be ruled from behind. But watch this from the horse's mouth, and then we will talk about more data points. More data points. You try to say that 10 times fast. Here's the video.
Something just based on what you've just said. That's also, of course, true with COVID, right? We are all only as healthy as our neighbor is on our street, in our city, in our region, in our nation, and globally. And did we solve that? Did we actually manage to vaccinate everyone in the world? No. So highlighting water as a global commons and what it means to work together and see it both out of that kind of global commons perspective, but also the self-interest perspective, because it does have that parallel. It's not only important, but it's also important because we haven't managed to solve those problems which had similar attributes. And water is something that people understand. Climate change is a bit abstract. Some people understand it really well. Some understand it a bit. Some just don't understand it. Water, every kid knows how important it is to have water. When you're playing football and you're thirsty, you need water. So there's also something about really getting citizen engagement around this and really, in some ways, experimenting with this notion of the common good. Can we actually deliver this time in ways that we have failed miserably other times? And hopefully we won't keep failing on the other things, but anyway.
Okay. That's in their own words. Doggone it. Boy, wasn't it a shame that we couldn't get more control over you with climate change. And hey, by the way, just side note, do you guys remember when they called it global warming? Because I do. And when that really didn't fly so good, they started calling it something different. And now, whether you're for it or not, don't you think it's odd? Because actually, even before that, if you remember correctly, way back when, they're trying to kind of erase the Time magazine cover where it said that we're all going to be killed in an ice age if we don't hurry up and do the global climate crisis thing. Yeah, but forget that. Don't worry about that, because it was freezing, and then it was heating, and now it's just anything they want it to be. So WEF, they're going, man, we thought those morons, you guys, would get behind this. We honestly thought that you would just jump on in and figure, well, It's for Mother Earth. And so therefore, we should all jump on board and come behind this as one thing. And they were bummed that not everybody, their failure. Did you hear her say their failure of not getting everybody on board with the jib jab jabba jabberoo? Not everybody's going to do it. And if you caught it, she said that it was a bummer that I'm paraphrasing. Obviously, she didn't. I don't think she used the word bummer at all. But it's a bummer that your health affects my health, and doggone it, I'm smarter than you are, so you better do what I want for your health, right? Anyway, there's more. So that's big data point, though, right? Wouldn't you say? Big data point. So here's another data point. This is what really caught my attention, and then I started looking at different articles. I want to switch over to here. Okay, Not the Bee. So Not the Bee is not Babylon Bee, even though it's run by the same people. Not the Bee is actually NewsGuard verified news. So it's not just like, if you're an R or an L or a D or an LMNOP, chuck that. This is news, okay? So salt water is creeping up the Mississippi right after this summer's drought. 1.2 million people might not have drinking water. Well, if you live in Louisiana, this probably is not a surprise to you. However, here's the data point, okay? Now, all of a sudden, it's going to become a problem, even though it's been that way for a while now. You catching that? Salt water creeping up the Mississippi is threatening the drinking water supply of New Orleans for the first time in more than 30 years. Why this matters? The water supply for more than 1.2 million people is expected to become unsafe to drink. Now, here's one of the things. President Biden declared the situation a national emergency last week. Got to be honest, I didn't hear about it, and I read the news a lot. If contaminated, it could be weeks or months before fresh water returns unless there is a significant rainfall. Now, okay, just a data point. And by the way, if you live in this area, seriously, prayers, do what you can to prepare. I know this water is a tough one. By the way, these ads are just insane. Gordon Ramsay, stop it. Anyway, those ads are not a surprise. Music equipment. If anybody needs to get a Fender Twin guitar amplifier and send it my way, I'm open for gifts. It's right there. Anyway, so not something to take lightly, folks who live down there, because guess what? Water's kind of important. But here's another thing. This is what made me think, all right, data point. So World Economic Forum people are saying we should use this as a means to control people, which they did. And now let's go on over here. Where's my mouse? My mouse has disappeared. The wandering mouse. Where'd you go? Oh, there you go. Okay, so this is one that is really interesting. I think if you guys remember reading about that. Now, this is an old article, right? 2015. Huh. Do you guys remember? I remember that family there buying up all these different water aquifers. Okay. Odd. President's families, lot of influence, buying up lots and lots and lots of resources. Okay. That seems odd. There's another one. That's kind of interesting, aquifers, in different countries. Well, maybe they're just really good investors, right? Maybe they're just really, really savvy investors. Do yourself a favor, though, and Google this. Nestle buying up water. Just say water, because they have been buying up entire gigantic rights to water deposits, and then they turn around, bottle it up, and sell it right back to the people. Or worse, they'll turn around and ship it overseas and sell it to other people who sadly sold their water rights right here. So hold on one sec. Now, ladies and gents, Data points. Okay. All right. What I'm suggesting is this. Pay attention, because it's from their own mouth, the WEF, that they intend to put the screws to you to control. It's a means of control. I don't know a different way to say it. It creeps me out because I don't like the idea of, well, anybody trying to say, hey, you will only have these resources if we allow it. I would also like to say, let's read between the lines of what they had to say. And please, by the way, put your comments in the comment section, because without a voice, without getting loud, without, being vocal about all this stuff, saying, no, heck no, this is not going to happen. Without doing that, guess what? They win. So here's the thing. Reading between the lines, like I was getting ready to talk about, they were bummed that they couldn't make it work with the other two crises, right? Is that a word? I don't know. Doesn't matter. They were bummed that they couldn't make it stick, but they're pretty sure they can make this water thing stick, because you know inherently how important water is. Forget the fact that they're going to use it to control you. Forget the fact that there is more than enough if giant corporations didn't, go in and buy up gigantic rights, deposits, sell it back, bottle it up, do all kinds of stuff. Forget all that. Forget about corporations that, control a lot. Forget that. The point is this. If this is a future that you want, okay, well then, okay, that's fine. I don't. So, am I saying go grab your tin foil, make a hat, and let's party? No, I'm saying pay attention. I'm saying trust that God is still in control. Trust that He is not unaware of what's going on. Trust that He has you. If you are a believer, if you've put your faith and trust in Christ, and you are absolutely in the family of God, all this stuff is temporary. It's all temporary. There's no fear. There's no reason to have it. Okay? However, what I am saying is we're going to have to live through some of this stupidity that these uber elites want to put on us. So be prepared to be aware, pay attention, and when they start using terminology, I think she said in part of the video that it was the whole video. There was like a 30-minute video. And go and watch it, by the way. Just Google it and watch it. But I think one of the buzz phrases they were planning on using was common good or common water good. And it's just a means of control. It's basically Marxism 101. However, pay attention. And when you start to see these things come together, be loud. Do what your conscience dictates when it comes to peaceful vocal stuff. You know what it is, man. It's don't go do stupid things. Don't be violent. Do none of that junk. But be vocal. Don't let them get away with it. There it is, folks. Hope you're having a blessed day. Here's some music you can download for free. It's a psalm that I didn't write because it was God's word, but I recorded it. It's my voice. Hope you like it. Have a blessed day. Bye.
Declare the glory of God. the sky above proclaims his handiwork. Day to day pours out speech, and night to night reveals knowledge. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight. O Lord, my rock and my redeemer, my redeemer. There is no speech, nor are there words whose voice is not heard. Their voice goes out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world, to the end of the world. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight. O Lord, my rock and my redeemer, my redeemer. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable